Hey everyone, welcome and thank you so much for being here with me today on this channel to learn and grow and to understand our spiritual journey. It is my life purpose to be here with you, to show you, to teach you, and to learn with you on this spiritual and physical journey. And so today is Sunday, May 14th. It is Mother's Day, I believe. And no, I believe it's the 14th. I know it's Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day to all of you. And to your mothers, I wish blessings and love and respect and rest and whatever it is your mother needs. I feel it's interesting because I'm not certain that this message ties into motherhood, but we'll see where this goes. It does feel like, obviously it's Sunday, and this is always the Sacred Sunday messages that I do on Sundays. And so these are always days where we dive into our soul, we appreciate the blessings we have, and it is a day to sort of give thanks. Not that there is no other days that we can do that, but today just does seem to be one of those days out of the week that we can say, thank you, God. Thank you to our own soul. And what do we have? Where are we going? What message does our soul have for us today? The core messages that we receive are always about turning points and changes and decisions and healing and growth. And it's always those are always the core things that we are focusing on as spiritual, energetic beings of light and love. And I want to share a couple things with you, some visions that I've had lately. And it feels like ascension. I feel and I sense these like stairs in our energy to increase our wisdom, increase our knowledge, increase our growth, to grow exponentially into the beings that we are meant to be, right? And so I have seen these stairs from time to time. Every time there's like a shift or there's a change, it feels like these stairs are going to, we don't know where they're going to, but they're going up. And that's what feels like ascension to me. It feels like we are moving forward in our journey, right? On our path. And so some of you may still be feeling effects of Mercury retrograde, which is normal because I believe today is the last day of Mercury retrograde. And so we may have been feeling emotional. Like I said in the last reading, we might have been feeling emotional, tired, mind, like our mind is cluttered, like there's chaos. It could be that we're feeling very lethargic, or just, I don't have the energy for that. I just don't. And so sometimes that happens, and we have to let it be. When we have those moments where our soul is telling us to, just take it as it is, then just take it as it is, right? I feel like some of us are missing our connection the way it used to be with our divine creator, with our angels, with our guides. And it feels very, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, it's emotional, but it also feels nostalgic. And it feels like some of you may feel some guilt when you are busy and you don't have as much time, or you're not doing your life purpose or your calling. Sometimes things have to be tweaked in our calling, or sometimes they change. Our calling is our calling. Sometimes we have done everything we could in that chapter, so now we're starting a new one, and maybe there's a little bit of a pause in between. Sometimes that happens too. But I feel like there is sunshine. It feels like there is a new day, a shift. So for those of you who have been doing a calling, a healing, or some sort of thing, it could be changing or maybe amping up to a little bit more than what you were used to. But no worries, because whatever is coming is good. It's for you. It's for your good, and it is for the good of others. And even yesterday, all weekend has been really nice outside, and I was sitting outside resting after I'd done a lot of work outside yesterday. But I was sitting at the patio table and I was watching. We were watching, just looking at the trees and how beautiful the grass is becoming. I was watching a bird come. He came within, I would say, 5 feet of where we were sitting at the table. And it amazed me. And so I took some pictures. And, we have these beautiful creatures living in the backyard. We have some rabbits that live under our shed. I saw a baby bunny yesterday. And I'm telling you that what it did for me was so amazing. It triggered something within my soul. Not just appreciation, not just amazement with these beautiful animals and creatures, but it made me realize, again, it took me back to the root of who we are energetically and how we are connected to all energy, right? It just felt so amazing. It felt like I was one with the universe, with the world, I shouldn't say in the world with the world, but with nature, with what the natural energy that is connected to me and me to that energy. And so I wanted to share those few things with you today. I know that I've been talking for a while, but I'm just saying what's coming through and sharing with you, okay? We are going to get to some cards. And it feels very much like a day. It is a day of appreciation, yes. A lot of you will be celebrating with your mothers and thanking your mother for everything. And I think that's amazing and beautiful in and of itself. And I feel like there's a lot of, I'm hearing unearthing of something. Somebody could be planting today. Somebody could be unearthing. Maybe someone's putting in a pool. I don't know. But it feels like the ground is literally unearthing. So, and that's good, not like an earthquake or something. It's more like, it feels like something groundbreaking, a start of something new, with maybe a new relationship with your mother. I don't know. Maybe you're becoming a new mother and finding out. I don't know. All I know is I get those feelings, those inklings, and so someone out there is experiencing those things. And I'm talking in general because that happens in life. But let's get started with some cards, and let's see what Spirit has to say today to us. We have the Healing with the Angels card deck. And it does feel like a very deep cleansing type of day. Some of you may be experiencing or giving yourself a treat today of maybe self-care, and maybe someone's giving their mother a gift card for a spa. I don't know. But it feels like that kind of day, like take care of you. Take care of yourself. Pamper yourself. Do something good for you, okay? And even if you're not a mother, do something good for you. And men, guys out there, you're listening, we all have male and female energy within our energetic makeup. So this applies to everyone, not just the feminine, physical feminine. This today, pardon me, my mouth is already dry. That means there's a lot to say. But the soulmate card picked us today, okay? There's some kind of connection, guys. I feel it within myself. A connection. Can we just stand that up right? No. Okay. Whatever it is. It feels like there's an energetic connection with someone. And let me explain, because our energy connects with everyone all the time. But this is different. This is an energy that is in sync. It feels like there's different stories here, guys. So I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna say what I feel is coming in. There is someone that you knew, or that you were familiar with, and you sort of parted ways. You didn't stay in contact because there were things that happened that it just wasn't good. You know, it wasn't a good time. You needed to be apart, as much as that hurt you, maybe. It feels like whoever the soulmate is, you've been on their mind, or they've been on your mind. Your energy is sort of syncing up, because it feels like somebody is missing or in need of their soulmate's support. That's what this feels like. And no, it doesn't mean that you're going to reestablish a romantic connection, because I don't feel necessarily, but we'll see what comes in, but I don't necessarily feel like this is a romantic rekindling. It feels like on the celestial soul level, and I might even say this could go into being a friend to someone, okay? And so it feels very much like it feels like a missing piece. Something has to close. It has to come to closure. There has to be a closure in that type of relationship. Even though it might have been some time ago, it feels like there has to be a closure in that type of relationship. It does feel very much like it has to close out in the energy of spiritual love, and it has to be a closing out of something that no longer is, but there's still an energetic connection, and there always will be. You may not even connect vocally, like call each other, text each other. You may not even do that, but it is a mutual understanding that whatever happened, it's long gone, but there has to be a period where you close out the old feelings and move into new feelings of, like I said, energetic, spiritual, soulmate, support, okay? And so like I said, I don't necessarily feel like that is going to be a romantic rekindling, because that ship has sailed, so to speak. But the connection, I feel like whoever you are, the connection you had with someone in the physical was so strong. And it was strong because your soul, it's a soulmate feeling. It's a soulmate energy. and you didn't know what to do with it because it was that strong. And so it turned into a physical thing. It feels like the physical thing was never meant to be in that form, but it feels like the two of you in the physical made it that way. And there's that, I think, the realization of, maybe that shouldn't have happened, but it's no one's fault. I mean, we both, whatever. And so now it feels like it feels like someone's over those strong feelings of resentment and all of that victimized feeling, right? Because some of you may have felt like you were victimized, and in some cases you might have been a little bit. Bear with me, I have to sip. Okay. The soulmate card, it doesn't surprise me that the soulmate card came out, because during retrogrades, it sort of brings out things that are needing to be fixed, or it's showing you and exposing. Sometimes things have to break down in order to be fixed, right? I gotta tell you, I've been emotional for the past, I don't know, 3-4 weeks, probably 3 weeks, maybe 4. Up and down, roller coaster feelings. And it's like, where are these coming from? And so today brings me to that point where sometimes those feelings have to emerge in order to be released. And it may not even be you acknowledging them and saying, I release these bad feelings. I feel like this is happening naturally. It's happening naturally. I want to tell you this too. This is very interesting. So the last few days, I have been, in my meditations, I've been seeing a police officer. And at first I was asking my guides, is this person passed over? And I was feeling this was more symbolic, okay, of protection. But I was also feeling initial feelings of fear. Like, why is he watching? And I could see him in his uniform a couple houses up in their driveway looking at our house. And I was like, okay, why? Well, I mean, did my daughter do something I don't know about? But then I was like, no, she's, that's not the case. But I started fixating on it, and I was thinking, now get it, this, I was thinking, not feeling into this. I was thinking, now I'm nervous because I don't know what's going on, and it's making me nervous. I don't know what this is. What is this? Please tell me. And I was fixating on it. And so now, last night, in the middle of the night, of course, I woke up and I asked for help from my guides to stop fixating on this. But I feel like the feeling of being watched like that made me really uncomfortable. And it made me wonder, and it made me go into these thoughts and not knowing, just kind of in the dark about it. But I feel like, and this is confirmation, I feel like that visual, right, was meant to be an indication of a guardian angel watching over us, our home, our energy, our safety. And so this isn't individually about me, guys. I feel it is collective. I feel some of you have been really fearing something. And it feels like that fear is sometimes uncontrollable. But seeing what I saw, an officer in a uniform, and the way he looked, he meant business. This wasn't a, hi, how are ya? This is more, It's more of a protection energy. That's what this felt like. Like, it's okay. You know, we are putting away the old feelings, the old feelings of victimization, victimhood, and we are moving forward because that was stopping us from something, stopping us from moving forward on our path, okay? If you haven't been experiencing this, then either this message isn't for you or this is happening soon in your life, okay? And it feels very much like, so I always say with these messages, if you're listening, you're here for a reason. And a lot of you will know if it's not for you, you'll click off. And that's okay. Because I know when I want to listen to a message and I feel led to a message, I know that it was meant for me. But sometimes if I click on a message or a reading from someone, I know almost instantly that, nope, this one isn't for me. God bless you, but this one isn't. Maybe next time. And so it does feel like an energy of releasing, moving forward, and forgiveness of a situation that happened in your life, right? That brought you to where you are right now in this very moment. And it feels right. It feels right. I've been feeling Christ-like energy the last few days as well. I mean, I feel that energy a lot of times when I meditate, but this felt more like it belonged with this situation, this healing, okay? It felt very much like it belonged with, it belongs in this timing, like it's divine timing. I'll be honest, I have been feeling the energy of someone in my past, but not in the romantic way. It's more in a spiritual way, a connection like that, right? And it's not my responsibility to know whether or not this person, what they've been doing, what they've been up to, how they are spiritually. It's not my responsibility, but I do feel change within that person. And without even talking to them, without knowing, because that's soulmate connection. Okay? I'm going to do another card to see what Spirit has to say here about that. This is all energetic, soulmate, celestial, familial, tribe, whatever you want to call it. It is all very much linked to a past relationship with someone. Could even be that someone has passed over into another chapter in their life. They've transitioned to the next phase. Okay? Maybe they're not here anymore in the body. But you feel them very much. And second time I got this card. So, we got the focus card, guys. Okay? Let me just look at it real quick. Yes. Okay. I feel like this card is indicating a shift in focus. Okay? A shift in your focus on, just because of that, because maybe your mindset was like, you're thinking, that person, changed my life for the worst, or something happened and da-da-da. But it feels like that shift is like I said, with the shifting, with the refocusing of moving into release of those feelings, no longer being a victim, feeling as if you're a victim, and moving on in your journey, on your path, right? it feels very much like a warm, good feeling of, it's not even a tearful goodbye because the goodbye already happened. It's a warm feeling of a spiritual sort of connection, okay? Or camaraderie was that what I was hearing. So for those of you who feel as if, oh my God, no, never, it's could be one-sided for some of you. And I don't think that's very many, but it could be on your side only that you are moving on from a situation, okay? You're moving on now. You're allowing yourself to forgive whatever happened, and you're allowing yourself to move forward into, that's why I saw the sun, moving into the light, moving into abundance and prosperity and physical, mental, spiritual growth. It feels like you're listening to your heart now, okay? It's never wrong to love. So I feel like some of you may be saying, I was so wrong to love that person. No, it's never wrong to love. It's never wrong to feel love. Love is love. It's a feeling. It's an energy. It is an emotion. It's not something you pick and choose. And so for those of you who are feeling as if I made a mistake, I should have never known that person, could be a best friend. Could be. But you're walking away from those feelings because you should be honored that you're able to feel love, that you have opportunities for love. And that's what this message is about. Honoring love. Doesn't mean you have to move into something physical. Sometimes love is just pure spiritual love, okay? And Spirit says here, truth and integrity. And you see that these little angels and this person, they're all not clothed because they don't, it's like something is just finally being cleared out innocently, okay? That's what this feels like. It feels like an energetic clearing, and now you're stripped down to the bare bones with that situation and to a more purified energy, and you're ready to move on and move forward. This also means your present relationships will improve. You'll see that. There's not room for three. So whatever was going on within you and your heart with something that happened with someone, they don't belong in your present relationship. Whatever happened, whatever feelings are there, they don't belong. This is your personal relationship with someone now, currently, that will no longer be affected by the past events, okay? Looking back, you don't want to look back with those feelings anymore. You have to move forward now in feelings of love and light. I see chatter, like someone talking loudly. Feels like maybe family members talked about it for a long time, or maybe they were like, how could you have been with that person, type of thing. Moving on. Moving on. Okay? That's what's happening here. And with that, I also think that the energy with your families will change as well to a more light energy, a fun energy, a playfulness, okay? I just want to see if these cards are done. Why? For a second, I thought I had this, I was hearing follow the yellow brick road, right? Remember from the Wizard of Oz? And I was hearing follow the yellow brick road, follow the light, follow, trust, follow your heart. I feel like when in that movie, in that story, when Dorothy was following the yellow brick road, she was trying to get to the land of Oz because she knew that if she got there, she could make it home, right? She wanted to go home with her little Toto. A cute little dog. And so she was convinced that once she got to the Wizard of Oz, the great wizard would help her. And so, to her dismay, little Toto uncovered the truth and exposed that the wizard was not a giant, grand being. He was a man. He was a mortal. He was a man that was behind a curtain, wishing to make people happy, or whatever he was doing. And she was so upset and devastated because she thought, I can't ever go home now. This was all fake. It was all just a lie. And it rocked her to the core. And so she was reminded that her desire, what seemed impossible, what seemed like somebody else had to do for her, she could do on her own. Do you remember? She clicked her red ruby slippers 3 times. And she was able to go back home. So in reality, guys, we get caught up in wanting other people to save us or us to save them. And we lose sight of the simplicity of a connection with someone. And we turn it into something complicated because we're human beings, right? Carrying around our eternal energy, our soul. We get caught up in those things. And what happened in this story, what this really is telling me, is you had it in you all along. That power, that energy, that ability to release and to let go of feelings that you were convinced would stay forever with you. You have the power to move forward from here on out. You have the power. You have the alchemy. You have the manifestation within yourself. The universe latches onto that. The universe latches on to your energy when it's strong like that. When you're convinced and you're confident that you hold the key to a lot of things that happen in your life. A lot of decisions that are to be made are yours. And the universe will latch on and be your teammate. Because you are made in the image of something greater, more powerful than you ever could realize. Wow, that hits home for me. That is amazing. That really is inspiring today. I had an interesting early Mother's Day with my daughters because my oldest daughter was going to be working a double shift today, so we had it on Thursday night. And it was interesting because in the moment where the 3 of us were together having a good time out on the patio, something felt off. I think it's a mother's radar. You kind of know, right? And I worried about it, and I obsessed about it, and I just kept thinking about it. And I was disappointed in some ways on some things. Not that I was with my daughters, but just there were some things. And I realize as I'm sitting here today that I didn't how do I say this? I think I had an expectation for something different, and it didn't turn out that way. It was good, but it was like, I needed to realize that not everything goes like you think it will, right? Sometimes things go a little different, and there's a good reason for it. And so it's good to be in that place where you recognize and you feel appreciation. I was very thankful, and I am very thankful that I have time with my daughters. My son is no longer here, but I appreciate the time I had with him. And so it's one of those things where when you're like Dorothy, like when you're disappointed and it doesn't turn out the way you thought, there's always something more that goes with that. Either it's, okay, I'll flow with that because maybe there's something better coming. Or it could be something like, it didn't, there's something better ahead. And I appreciate what did happen, but I know that something better is coming, right? I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to say I didn't appreciate my daughters and the time we had together. I'm trying to say it was an interesting feeling where I realized later it didn't turn out exactly like I thought, but I appreciate that time and the conversations and the laughter and all of that. I appreciate that so much. And so it feels like on this day especially that there is it's like an energy coming in that will sort of ground you and, to open your eyes and feel a release of some sort of pressure that was on you, maybe subconsciously even, but some sort of disappointment that you've been carrying with you for a long time. If you're a parent, your kids are everything. They're your life. They're your life. You carried them around for 9 months. Or for some of you, maybe you adopted. I don't know. But they're your children. And so we tend to overdo and do everything for everyone else and not ourselves, right? That's why I feel like Mother's Day is important, but it's like, it's a day to appreciate as well. So it's a day where children appreciate their mothers, but mothers also appreciate their children. It feels like a coming together spiritually on an energetic level of relationships. And I'm going to say all relationships. For some of you, it is past lovers, right? But it is a coming together energetically of love and respect and support. You don't have to make a date with someone to show them your support. I don't know. I just felt like I should say that. I don't think there's any more cards in this deck that I need to look at. I think that I feel like I want to do the Sacred Spirit reading cards like we do every Sunday. The art is beautiful. But there's also very, very powerful messages in these cards. And if you see my Buddha out, I just love anything Buddha. I love Buddha. I love the statues. I love all of that stuff. It's just so happy and positive. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Yeah, so it feels like, clearing your energy. Shield your energy, but I'm hearing clear your energy. So it feels like whatever this coming together is, it feels like whatever the release of see how it says look beneath the surface? It's a release of the old energy of what happened or in the past, or it's a release of old energy of a friendship that went wrong at one time, and maybe there was a blowout and you still carry guilt for something. For some of you, it could be you were separated and you weren't in connection with each other for a while and you feel guilt for some reason. Spirit says no. You needed that time, and it's not a reason to still feel guilt over that, right? Okay, if I can pick up these cards, that'll be great. Thank you. Right. We've learned mindful wisdom. Create inner harmony. This is what's happening, guys. Where's my owl? Here you are, Mr. Owl. Look, you got a picture of you. It's the owl energy, the wisdom, the knowledge, what you've learned. It is to be put to rest. The bad feelings, the stagnation, and this applies in many different ways to you guys. It just came through strong as a relationship of some sort that has to be released, and to let it be what it is on the energetic level. Okay, that's what this feels like. There are sisters maybe out there that have had some sort of departure from each other, and you haven't talked in a long time, but maybe some of you feel as if you call, they won't want to talk to you or something, but I feel like that's changing and shifting. Okay? There's a lot of different scenarios here with this message. It applies to all of us in some way, shape, or form. Okay? Clearing all that victimhood energy out. Your soul is brighter. Your soul, your light, your energy will shine. You're finding your way out of the darkness. And congratulations to you, because it feels very enriching. It feels lighter. It feels more loving. It feels captivating. Your light, right? Are there any more messages, guides? I think I'm going to do a few more readings this week, throughout the week. It's been hectic at work. It's been every day it's something. I take my cards with me, and I'm going to do it at lunch, and then something comes up and I can't get to it, and it's like, okay, that's fine. I'll go with that. Maybe it's just not the right timing, whatever. It feels very much like everything is about timing. And I was feeling a little bit kind of bad about that, because I wanted to connect with you guys so badly. But I feel like sometimes things happen for a reason, and it's just not the right timing. So I want to just, yeah, let me just see something here. It feels like, I don't do tarot, but I don't do tarot readings, I should say. But it feels like three's like I said earlier, three's a crowd. We have this Three of Swords here, okay? So forgive me if I don't quite get this right, but it feels like she's putting something to rest. That's what this kind of feels like. Sometimes I think the Three of Swords might be a decision that has to be made, or a crossroads. But in this case, it feels like it really is about letting go of something. And letting it go in the energy of love. That's what this feels like to me. I don't know, it feels very like there's angelic support here for you, okay? I don't think you're going to be as upset as you think you are. It's a natural, like I said, it's a seamless release of that victimhood. And it feels like it feels easy, okay? I don't want to beat that to death. Like I said, I feel like the Three of Swords could mean that you feel helpless. But what I feel from that is it's not so much helpless, it's more a natural release, and it's not even like you have to do anything. It just happens because your soul's ready. You're ready to align with your soul. Is there anything else, guides, before we wrap this up? I don't think so. I think this will be the end of the reading for today, the message. And I think it's a good time, guys, to sit in the quiet for a moment and to reflect and to feel into your soul. Don't push on things. Something is going to happen naturally, okay? It's time to let go of all of those feelings that hold you back from joy, that hold you back from trying new things, from venturing out on new possibilities, entrepreneurship, maybe a new calling that you've been, holding back on, or even a hobby that makes you feel good that could turn into something business. I do feel entrepreneurial opportunities can come from after this release, right? And it feels like as soon as Mercury retrograde is done, which I think is today, it feels like a very short time after that, you feel that release of energy. You feel good. And you feel like you could do anything. And that's because you can. And we all need to embrace and understand that, because we're human beings. We don't. We feel like, oh, we're limited. I don't know. If I do that, it won't be good. If I do that, I'll be judged. But I feel like this releasing of whatever this is that comes in catapults you into something freedom, right? Freer. I can't say that word. That's funny. Freedom. Okay. All good is what I'm hearing. All good, right? So, everyone, I hope you have enjoyed this message. And I pray that you take some time to yourself and, have that piece of cake that you've been wanting for a week. Do something good for yourself. It doesn't have to be food. Be amongst the plants, the flowers. Give yourself some love, and then go give someone else some love, okay? If you have any questions, concerns, or you need guidance, email me or comment in the comment section. I'm at blossoming1111@gmail.com. And I'm here as your co-journeyer on this spiritual journey, okay? Love and light to all of you. Namaste.